Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? The Mariners have just played their first Virtue Trophy match of the season. I know that a lot of fans are not really that interested in that, but I'm going to do a review because I think a lot of praise need to be heaped on the boys, really, and we'll go into that during this review. But it did end in defeat for the Mariners, a 2-1 Group C, a group stage defeat to Bradford City. The Mariners obviously made changes to a very busy sort of week, 2 weeks for Grimsby, and obviously there was changes. There was a change in goal and so on and so forth. The team in full was Seb Otten in goal, Fortune Anoa, Cam McJanet, Graham, who I'll talk about soon, and Staunton finished the back line, McEachran, Corey, Amalazor, Brown, Sunsup Bell got a debut, and Danny Rose made a appearance in the team first start of the season for him. In a game that really Bradford dominated in every stat there possible, and we'll go through the stats in a minute. But to be fair, I think early on, it's kind of like what you feel like the fearing out stages. I thought Fortuna Noel was very, very lucky. He got booked in the first couple of moments, first couple of minutes, for, I believe, quite a rash challenge. And was I was very surprised he didn't see red for it. He got the man, but he got more the ball than the man, but you go in the way that Fortune did, and very, very fortunate that the referee didn't give a red, and it ended up being a yellow. But I think that may have maybe influenced a little bit the referee, because 20 minutes or so after that, youngster Henry Brown got a straight red card for I wouldn't say a similar tackle. I think it was more from the side, but again Henry got most of the ball, but it seemed to have been the follow through. I think a red card for Henry Brown was, to me, Fortune's tackle was more of a red card than Henry's. So I was a bit surprised, unfortunately, 27 minutes in, Henry Brown saw straight red. A very good young talent for Australia, and it was all, it was all Bradford for a majority of that. I'll tell you that George Lapsley was being dangerous down the left for Bradford. Bobby Poynton, who is obviously the hometown boy that started the game, and Humphreys, the amount of chances that he missed, to be honest, obviously on the bench for Bradford was Mr. Andy Cook, and I will get to Andy quite soon, actually. But overall, the chances that, to be fair, Bradford, Miss Humphreys had a great chance for them when he got played clean through, and what a save by Seb Orton. What a save by Seb Orton. That was around about 10 minutes after the sending off of Henry, and absolutely great save, point blank from Seb, really, and pushed it away for a corner. They just kept pushing. It changed the game, really, and you could see that, Patterson, Tariq Wright, they were all pushing the Mariners back, and to be fair to them everyone was all hands to the pump really. I thought Staunton had an amazing first half. Graham, the young centre back, was immense tonight. Really kept putting his body on the line. The blocks were coming in. The amount of chances that Bradford were creating, especially after the red card, which kind of to be expected really. And we just get being pummeled really. Tried to play our football at times. We got a couple of times on the break. I mean, Amalazor was doing a job. Sunset Bill was trying his hardest when he got the ball. He was trying to work. I think Danny Rose played deeper, especially after the sending off. I thought Sunset Bell was further forward than Danny. Danny was actually back into the midfield kind of area, and it was sort of a very it was very pleasing to see, to be honest. Again, I know then once he got the yellow, he kind of calmed down, but there were some crunching tackles going in by both sides. I thought McEachran kept the back line as aligned as it could be, because most of it just kept coming attack after attack after attack. Seb was trying to show his confidence. I thought his distribution was good tonight as well for Seb, and somehow the Mariners took the lead, and that was basically through a little bit of, I think it was Tariq Wright being maybe a little bit cute, or Kelly being a little bit cute with the trying to shield it out, and Justin Amalazor out-muscled him and got into the box, and the goalkeeper came out, Hilton, and I'm going to say really, I think Justin was lucky to get that. His reaction to going down was a bit like, but you'll take it. I did question whether that was a pen or not. But to be fair, we'd had nothing sort of attacks-wise in general for them to worry about. So we got a penalty, and the man stepped up, Mr. Danny Rose, and calmly slotted it past Hilton with the greatest of ease, really. Calmness personified by the man to get his first goal of the season. But going to half-time 1-0 up, I have no idea how you just have to give all the lads the defensive performance, and just trying to get on the break was superb in that first half, and to come off at half time 1-0 in front, you kind of knew they were going to push, and we tried to make changes. Janet came off early start of the second half. Warren came on for him. Max Power came on for Bradford alongside Norvell, and Toure came on later on in the game for them, but Norvell and Power came on at half time, and kept the domination up. Although Corey did really well early in the second half. Corey had a sort of like a chance. It fell to him, but he kind of snatched at it and kind of missed the ball sort of altogether. In the end, it went straight to Hilton. But that would have been a good chance to have made it 2-0 for the Mariners. But again, it was all pressure again by Bradford. Dara Burns came on around about the hour, along with Harvey Rogers, to try and shore things up for the Mariners. And to be fair, they all did well, and but again, it was all chance after chance from Bradford. The pressure, every time we got it out, it was coming straight back. It was one of those sort of like, what can you do? And just after the hour, the big hitters of Bradford made an appearance. Will Swan and the former Mariner looks like we're going Mr. Bradford. Andy Cook making his first appearance from an ACL injury, which he had last season, and all I can say is that again, still all hands to the pump. After that, fair credit to Dar Burns. He come on in the hour and really worked hard. Everybody worked hard tonight, and I think being down so early, we could have let this slip really, but no, everybody wasn't. But obviously, the pressure kept coming on, and it kept coming on, and Town we were trying to get little breaks away, trying to get that, but the game was just so much in our half that when they brought Big Cookie on, obviously everyone was absolutely thrilled from a Bradford perspective. I went, oh no, and in the end, rightly so. I mean, again, good play again by Bradford. Got it out wide. Once we got it they got it in the first time. Headed out, I believe that was by Harvey Rogers. Then went back out again to North Hill, and what a header by Andy Cook. I think I know, with all due respect, is no competition for Andy Cook in the muscling stakes. It was either him or Terrell Warren, but got nowhere near it. I think it was an hour, but got nowhere near it. An absolute bullet header, and when you've got a guy the size of Andy Cook, once it hits him on the head, it was in. Seb, to be fair, did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. It just literally just went in and was a pure bullet, really, a pure bullet header, and just made it 1-1. But again, Town responded. They didn't put the head down. Obviously, people are saying about Graham getting a little bit of a knock. They're saying to Andy Cook. Some fans are saying that Andy should have seen red. I don't agree with that, to be honest with you. It just, he's a wily old striker, Andy Cook. He's gonna, use his power if he can. But it was good to see Graham get back up and again carry on performing. Everyone that came on did well. Jace Cabbier replaced Danny Rose on 72 minutes. As well, Jaden Sweeney replaced Evan Corey. And you're thinking, Town deserves something. Town, you feel like, can they hang on? And then it got to where, again, it was still all Bradford. I mean, Max Power was running the midfield for Bradford, and another chance by Will Swan, which was not taken. And you're thinking, Town could possibly do this. We got into injury time, and you've got to remember at this point, the lads had played with 10 men for 80 minutes nearly, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be with the Mariners as Patterson put another ball across, and when you've got a target man like Andy Cook, again this time it was from the right, swung it in. Andy again bulleted it towards goal. Again, Seb did a good early leap, wasn't quite enough, hit the post, and then just dropped into the net for a 2-1 win for Bradford. In all honesty, Andy Cook was the difference in the goal scoring stakes, but you know the quality they could bring on, such as Norvell in the first half, and obviously bring out Andy on, and it has to be Andy Cook, doesn't it, against us, to be honest. Any of his former sides, he always comes back and haunts them. But to be fair, Seb couldn't do anything against either of those two headers. It was just, they were just bullet headers, great headers. I'm actually going to give man of the match tonight to Seb Orton, because he had a blinder of a game tonight, and really all the other 9 lads did. You know, being behind for that long to push a very strong Bradford side to injury time was very, very, very unlucky to not win that or get something from it. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be, as even though the Mariners kept trying, Bradford were obviously able to cling on for the last couple of minutes, couple of moments, and it ended up a 2-1 win for Bradford City. Yes, a loss in the trophy. I know a lot of fans aren't really too concerned about this, but performing the way that we are, there's also no concern for me. I don't think. Again, it's just all about that clinicalness. But we could be the king of penalties. Now, I'm going to be honest with you on this before I wrap it up. That penalty to me wasn't. But it's one of those sort of situations where you give the referee a decision to make. And to be fair, Justin did, and he gave it our way. But again, I'm not going to be too critical, considering we played 80 minutes, nearly 90 minutes with 10 men. It was just, you know, the amount of credit that needs to go to the lads is tenfold. But in the end, it does end up in disappointment with a 2-1 defeat. And just before I finish, if we look at the stats, you'll see that Bradford really should have won by more. You know, in general, they had 72% of the ball to Grimsby's 28, roughly 77.8. 25 shots Bradford had, 9 of them on target. Grimsby had 4 shots in the entire game, 2 of them on target, one being Rose's penalty, and total touches in the opposition box. This is how one-sided the game actually was. Bradford had 45 touches in our penalty box. Grimsby had 5 in Bradford's. You know, goalkeeping save, their keeper made 1 save. Seb made 7. 16 fouls committed to 17. They actually out-fouled us. And 10 corners. Town didn't get a corner in the game, but they had 4 shots. You know, distribution-wise, 607 passes, only 245 passes for Grimsby this year. Nearly, well, over double Bradford. Under, you know, that's all I can say is wow. You know, pass accuracy was 62% to 85 for Bradford. 181 forward passes for the Bantams, only 129. And when you think about it, that's half our passes were forward, so that they weren't negative. Long ball 66 to 60, not much in that. I think that's the only stat where there isn't much defensively. Obviously, most of the stats go for Grimsby, but not to be, but all credit to the lads. They gave everything they had. They had to make 44 clearances as well throughout that game. I think we can take more out of this than people think. We were battered for most of that game. And we only just lose 2-1 because of really a Bradford City icon at the moment. Andy Cook was really the little bit of quality dust that Bradford had. And there was obviously inklings before the game that he could be involved, and I think without Andy, I don't think Bradford win that game. Well, I believe it would have gone to penalties at the very least. So again, more pleasing things to come out of it for Town. Obviously disappointing because they're talking about, second straight defeat for us. Sod it. You know what I mean? We were down to 10 men for, like I said, 80 minutes. We were down to 10 men. I mean, what, it makes you wonder, yes, it's 2 defeats since the Man U win. But for me, we deserve to go to penalties on that at the very least. But quality of Andy Cook proves otherwise. But there was 4,771 down at Bradford. Let me know if you were there. Let me know if you watched the game. And I will be back with a preview for the MK Dons. That'll come Thursday, Friday, after the pre-match comes out. But even though, people don't really think much of this competition, the Mariners definitely went down fighting. We made it difficult for Bradford, and we move on. We move on to MK Dons. Let me know down below what you guys think. And we move on to Saturday, and trying to, I think, take away this very, very tough 10 days for us, really. And I'll talk more about that in another video as the Mariners, I'll just quickly say at the end of this, the Mariners were fined £20,000 for fielding an eligible player against Manchester United, and 10,000 of that is suspended. Of course, Doa apparently was registered 1 minute after the deadline, but it looks like the EFL have just sanctioned Grimsby and going to this, and you're thinking, well, that could, make them put their heads down. It didn't. We worked sodding hard tonight, and it just wasn't to be. So Bradford get their EFL Trophy campaign off to a flying start, still unbeaten as well for Bradford this season. The Mariners will probably lick their wounds for a day or so, but can take a lot of pride in the performance. So it looks like no other action as well is going to be taken against Grimsby for the Man U slight registration mishap. But I'll be back with any other news, obviously, over the week for the Mariners as well. But we still had probably one of the best weeks in our history, without doubt. And we look forward to that. And obviously MK Dons. And we also look forward to the cup tie against Sheffield Wednesday fairly soon as well. But let me know if you did watch this game, or you were even at Valley Parade. I'm going to say and at Valley Parade, and let me know what you guys thought of the performance in general, disappointing with the result, yes, but the performance with what they had to do, and everything else. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys very soon for a preview of the MK Dons. So, in the meantime, guys, I'll see you soon. All the best. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Up the Mariners. See you soon. Ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.